What's good, man? It's Marquis, aka Cevere from Boston. We're going to two locations, man. We're going to Philadelphia to go visit Dark Low, and shout out to Dark Low. He's free. He's free again. And we going to Queens to go visit Havoc. Now, Havoc from Mobb Deep produced this entire album, and he even laced a couple joints on here too. The album's called Extreme Measures. It was released September 24th, 2021. It's about 31 minutes and 25 seconds. Now, before I start, I've been sitting on this album. This notebook's from July 2021. I've been sitting on this album for a while because it's like dark. The tendencies are, in a different mood setting as my spirit. So it was done. I just didn't release it to you guys. And that's for a lot of artists. Like there's a lot of artists, rappers, singers. You guys are probably in these notebooks, even the older notebooks. If I can find a blank one real quick, probably. Maybe I don't see the blank one right quick. I don't see a blank one in here. But oh yeah, I do see one. So speaking of Mobb Deep, Big Twins still here. Like that's empty, right? I was supposed to do that in 2021, right? So there's a lot of artists in this, not just this notebook, but various notebooks that I haven't gotten to yet, and I'll get to y'all. I just gotta have that feeling again, and that's just how it is. That's how I do my reviews. All right, so Dark Low, Havoc, Extreme Measures. We do in this channel, we break down each record song by song and show love. And like, subscribe, share the video, comment below. And if you heard this album, if you haven't, go check it out. Come back to the review and let me know if I got it right. Number one is Mob Tales. And again, I want to RIP to Prodigy. Because some of these tracks just sound Mob Deepish. And they're like, oh, you're waiting for Prodigy to come on next. Havoc, like I said, Havoc blesses a couple of these tracks, but it's really a Dark Low album with, Havoc production. It's the Black Mob spitting gruesome tales type of album. So Mob Tales, hearing Havoc rap and not just provide the beats feels nostalgic. Dark Low and Havoc sound good over this dark and extreme track. This is one of my favorite tracks on the album. It opens up, with some fire. Number two is Lost Innocence. Track provides a damper time while rapper tells us a story that can easily be a short hood film. Maybe you can make something out of this. I mean, Dark Low's career and lifestyle is probably a story, biography in its own. But it's that street life, music, and Dark Low over these Havoc beats brings that to the forefront. Number three is Zombieland. This track is tough. The music is waking up corpses into zombies, right? And if y'all know what, I don't know if y'all know what zombies are, but zombies are crackheads, baseheads, people that are fiends. I don't know what the youngsters call them, but heads, stuff like that. Zombieland, Havoc's production has the dark shadows presence as Mr. Low raps speak on bass heads and ops. Havoc is back on the mic on this one as well, providing that mob flavor. And there's tracks like this, you're like, oh, thinking Prodigy's next, man. But, no. Because he kind of gave him some tracks that sound Mob Deepish. That's all I'm going to say. Number four, the title track, Extreme Measures, featuring Styles P. Salute to Styles P. Styles P still rapping and doing his thing, man. Shout out to Styles P, man. But Havoc is in his beat bag. Title track follows the inky and tragic vibe. Dark Low bullying his rivals still. And then you got my favorite Locks member rapping the gangster and not the gentleman type of bars. I like when Styles P, sometimes, you can do both. You can do the gangster and the gentleman. Shout out to that album. I was listening to that album the other day, Gangster and the Gentleman by Styles P. But he was doing some gangster stuff on this one. Number 5 is Greatest Ever. Havoc incorporates the Italiano mob sound track with this tough track. Dark Low is putting in work to provoke. He's proven. See, like what Dark Low does, Dark Low can rap. I don't know if y'all fans of Dark Low, but Dark Low is putting in work to prove he's one of the greatest. And that's what he's been doing, his whole career prior to incarceration. And of course now, he's still rapping, you know what I mean? Number 6 is Reports. Beat gives you a horror movie atmosphere as rapper's aura matches the premise. The report card, it's not looking good. This report card is not looking good right here. If you listen to this album, the report card might have some D's and F's in there, man. You might be changing the F's to B's. Who used to... Yo, who used to change their report cards when they was little? I used to try to change the F's to B's. I changed the D's to B's, kind of, or like you could, I don't know. I was good. I'm an artist, so I used to change all the letters. Those are the old school report cards where you could gotta ink it. Everything's electronic now. It gets sent to your moms and pops already. Like you're like, oh shoot, they already got it. All right, number 7 is Make It Home, featuring Vado. Shout out to Vado. RP to the people that didn't make it home, not just from prison, but anywhere, people that ventured out and didn't make it home, RIP. With feature Vado, Dark Low is concerned for the fallen. And again, shout out to Vado. And y'all need to stay woke. That's what some of these bars are talking. They're just telling y'all to stay woke, man. They tell y'all to stay woke. Number 8, one of my favorite joints, Force of Life. And they incorporate, Havoc incorporates Prodigy, some of Prodigy's famous speeches. Prodigy's not just one of the GOAT rappers. Prodigy's like a philosopher. Like a lot of people steal Prodigy's speeches, like him just talking, and of course Havoc can do that. So Prodigy saying there's so many corny rappers, so y'all know that speech. But there are a lot of corny rappers. There are too many rappers. It is an overwhelming, slew of rappers, and this is what this channel's for, to kind of dilute through all the funk. We got to get to the righteous rappers. Again, track 8, Force of Life. Track is eerie, allowing rapper to spill more street, frightening lyrics. They honor Prodigy, of course, with some of his famous clips. Again, one of the most famous. I can't remember the doctors. This is off the head. But let's just go, y'all type into YouTube, put Prodigy interview with professor. I think it was he interviewed with a professor, or I think you could say Prodigy interview with a professor, and it's a black guy. I forget his name. Put it in the comments, y'all, if y'all know. Put it in the comments. He links with this professor, and this is prior to his death or his murder, right? Prodigy really speaks, and a lot of people are taking clips from there. So y'all gotta go check out that interview. Number 9 is Dirty Work. This feels like a Mobb Deep track, man. Like this is one of the tracks Havoc should have rapped on, because it feels like Prodigy was about to stop barring out after Dark Low, Doc Lowe's gritty voice matches Havoc's production. Dirty and dusty track mirrors the extreme work the rapper is putting in. Number 10 is Captivating. Havoc's music continues to be devil influenced as rapper pays attention and spits detailed bars reflecting on his lifestyle. Praise high to Doc Low. Like I said earlier, man, a lot of this music and just the content is dark, right? So some of the reasons I don't go back to an album right away or review it right away or release it to you guys right away is because I don't want it in my spirit. And then I only can dilute certain negativity. Like, you know, you gotta, it's not even the yin and yang factor. I'm trying to digest less negativity daily and more positivity. So don't be surprised if a lot of my reviews are more positive with positive artists and not the people that just spit street knowledge, you know. I grew up in the streets, so I'm not gonna say F the streets. I grew up in the streets. I love the streets. It's a part of me. It raised me. So it's not F the streets over here, but I might be doing less material of people rapping about the streets because there's no more streets. You got to think about it. There's no more streets. I don't care what people say. I'm in the streets. I'm in the hood. I'm in the... There's too many cameras. There's not a lot of people selling drugs and the weight that they're selling, that they're saying they're selling. And how many bodies... You listen to one of these albums nowadays with these gangster rappers, right? They killed, like, by the time you listen to the album, they already killed 48 people. They kill more people than Rambo, you know what I'm saying? They kill more people than, you know, Predator. They kill more people than all these gangster crazy mafia movies. You know, you listen to one album, it could be 7 tracks. They already killed 70 people on the track. They sold 400 kilos. It's like, yo, who are you? Like, you know you didn't. Like, so a lot of that music is going to get diluted from my channel. You know, I might be concentrating more on just rappers that rap about more than that. Now, you're going to hear me talk about rappers that still talk about the streets because they probably lived it. So they're going to talk about it. So they get a pass. But these new rappers, it's new rappers that are like 18, 21, 25, talking about they sold weight or they killed all these people. It's like, no, you when? Talking about they served time. When did you serve time? You're 19 years old. Like, so let me stop it. I'm on my shoebox. Again, like, subscribe, share the video, comment below. And you can still recommend music to me. You can still recommend your album to me. It just might get turned away. Support the channel by donating to the channel, getting the merch, listening to the music because I executive produce, and getting the books. I got 9 books out, so that's how I feed the family. All right, so number 11 is Strong Minded. Doc Low and Havoc in the album with more darkness. You know, Mr. Lowe's rap style is respected, you know. And Doc Low's one of those rappers that I will continue to support and dissect his albums because he actually lived this street life. You know, there's records, there's recorded events, and there's like people speak on Doc Low's name to support the stuff that he raps about or still raps about, you know. That's all I'm saying. 2021 H-Class Entertainment / Next Records LLC. Y'all go support Doc Low. Shout out to Doc Low. He is free. Doc Low was released in 2025. I think he already got an album out. It's Doc Low and J Legs. Doc Low and J Legs. The album's called For the F of It Music. I'm trying not to swear, but it's For the F of It Music. It came out May 2025. Go check out that album. But go support Doc Low's new stuff and older material, man. And of course, Havoc from Mobb Deep. Come on, man. Y'all gotta support Havoc, man. What y'all think about the new Mobb Deep album? the run he did with Nas, like, and shout out to Nas and Mass Appeal. We'll support, Mass Appeal over there. They're doing great things. And I'm getting out of it, man. Love yourselves. Love your family and friends. If you got energy to give, love others. I'm out of here, man. Dark Low, Havoc, Extreme Measures, man. Extreme Measures.